this one. It's been opened up with a freak counter and a manual. It will go up to 40.
Alright. Yeah, doing those modified radios tonight. From the Lafayette that you're definitely not going to find in the catalog to the D201. And yeah, back with the technology then and the chips and things they were using, a lot of them were just kind of waiting for the FCC to approve, type, accept the extra frequencies that most people were using anyway in the early 70s, and then go ahead and incorporate it into the radios so they could get that type acceptance. But until that time, industrious operators found a way to test the waters, should we say. Radio 11931, Monkey's Uncle Marquis Tram, D201, the tram sounding good tonight. Give us another transmission and we will be standing by.
Yeah, 10-4. Oh, and a little clap for Green Arrow for stepping up last weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. He fell off the cliff right at the beginning and had to rush away where they put pictures to radio and kind of screw things up. And Cliff jumped right in there, kicking and screaming, but he did it. And thanks to him and I guess I had transferred some of the numbers, I was able to update all my lists and get all the stuff that was necessary. So keeping the tubes glowing, definitely good. Sorry, was that for OTR? Let me adjust my RF gain here. Okay, I think that's skip land. OTR is listening. A lot of stations that would normally check in out on the annual field day, the amateur radio field day, which happens once a year about this time. I think it's the fourth weekend in June, where stations go out and I guess check their emergency preparedness, check out their possibility for a portable operation in the field off of batteries, off of solar panels, and give operators a chance to operate in different modes, make contacts, and kind of prove the emergency preparedness worthiness of amateur radio and their stations and field portability. So that's going on now. If you're SWL and you're SWL, you might hear CQ Field Day. That's what that's all about. Or I guess if you're in the CW mode, CQFD. So a lot of our old tube radio stations out there participating in that. It's a very fun event and actually kind of a necessary item to keep everybody up to date on how to run portable if necessary. But in the meantime, the tube radios are out as usual here on Saturday nights, and we're going to check them in when we get them. Shortwave listeners, of course, the Milton Tube Radio Network standing by.
Break OTR.
Radio 12, sounding good tonight, working the room, and hopefully I can sound good coming through the receivers on the Brownings, of course, are very nice, so hopefully I'm sounding good on your receivers, as they say, 9 pounds, good modulation, and chestnut and turnip.
Well, there you go. Ooh, didn't even ping that time. Actually, yeah, I've got you more like about 40 over, almost at the very end of the way the needle will go, anyway. Almost breaking apart a little thing. But yes, large speaker, sounds very, very good. The other solid state radio that I got hooked up with, the 3-way 5x7, sounds just a little bit better, but yep, definitely a very good receive on these things.
Yeah, a lot of versatility is what I noticed when I finally, when the Voser finally let me touch this one between the fact that you've got the BFO on the receive side, you've got an RF gain control that really is very good at amplifying and attenuating and doing what an RF gain should do. And of course, the receiver very sensitive and selective, just really basically just an amateur quality receiver, but stuck on one band, so not a lot of filtering and things to worry about in there, just beat and tweaked for 11 meters. All right, from the Browning, doing a good job, and when I get all the pieces and parts back together here, we will soon, hopefully soon, be back to Browning eyes here for net control. I miss transmitting on, definitely transmitting on the Browning. So give us another transmission, and thanks for bringing by another radio, and we're having fun until they take the tubes away.
And there you go. Well, hopefully they won't take too many of the tubes away. At least keep it running a couple of them over here. All right, Derek. And with that, I'll go ahead and back out of here and let a couple of more of the people check in, and hopefully hear some more of those glow-in-the-dark old tube type radios.